In this video, I'm going to be talking about what is opposite of a Mgtow. Well, you might think that feminism is the opposite spectrum of a Mgtow, but it's not. That's not the opposite spectrum of a Mgtow. The opposite spectrum of a Mgtow is a stalker. Stalking is the opposite spectrum of a Mgtow. And interestingly, the mind of a stalker and a woman are very similar. Their minds are very similar. And that's what causes the stalkers in the first place, is that mindset. And I'm going to explain to you why. And why it is opposite. Mgtows and stalkers are opposites. A stalker is a guy or a woman, mostly guys, which funny thing is 80% of the stalkers are domestic. So that means they know who the woman is, or they were in relationships with them. That's interesting. But what it is, the stalker is going to put the woman, or that particular woman, on a pedestal. So she's right there on a pedestal, right there. And he's always going to follow her everywhere she goes. And he's going to watch her. He's going to call her. He's going to text her all the time. He ends up losing his job over it. And it's amazing how opposite end it is. You see, the Mgtow, you might get an approach. If you say no to him, you're not going to see him again. Because we're just not going to sit there and simp to a woman. That's not happening. Well, a stalker will. And the funny thing is in the head. It's in the brain of the stalker. And the funny thing is, the women have the same tunnel vision. See, what happens a lot of times, what causes stalking, is majority of the time, it's the woman who starts that in a relationship. See, the woman starts that by cheating on a Chad or on a Tyrone. When they sit there cheat on a Chad and Tyrone, or they cheat, in other words, reasons why women cheat is they want that guy that they can't have. Or is that Chad and Tyrone's that guy they can't have if he's in a relationship with this guy. Now he's cheating with this guy that she can't have. What's happening is she's causing a rush of dopamine in her head. And this rush of dopamine is giving her mental problems. Because now she views her boyfriend or husband as old meat. Basically, he's old meat. He's not getting anything. He's not going to get any relationship. If a stalker stalks a woman, the woman's never going to want them because of that. Because her head is the same thing as the stalker. The stalker is stalking her. But the woman is stalking this guy who she cannot have. That's what's happening here. So, that's what's happening here. And that's one of the causes of it. But interestingly, let's put it this way. This is a situation that could happen. Let's say if the Mgtow, you got 4 Mgtows on a pier and 4 stalkers on a pier. Well, the stalker would see that woman and pay for dates and pay for everything for her because he has him on that pedestal. The Mgtow won't pay for dates. He won't do anything for her. And again, it's not because of hate. Just listen to this example. Let's say we have 4 Mgtows on a pier. And there's a Playboy model that fell over. And there's a rope that's for rescue. Well, if it was a stalker, and that's the stalker's woman that he desired for, he's going to throw down that rope. The Mgtow should also throw down that rope. Even if he's on his purpose, he has something to do. He should still try to throw down that rope. And he should be able to lift up a Playboy model. Why would you put a woman before your purpose on this occasion? because it's a life and death situation. That's the difference. It's a life and death situation. But the difference is the reaction. See, the stalker, the woman might come up and the stalker might he's going to go after something. He's going to go after something. But the Mgtow, you know how they're going to respond? They're on a man on a mission, and okay, we saved the woman's life. But when we're going to say to the woman is this. She's going to say, oh, you're my hero. You're my hero. We're going to say, that's nice. Gotta go. Got something to do. But the stalker is going to want something more for that. That's generally what's going to happen. But at the same time, let's say it's a 300-pound woman drowning on the end of the pier. What would happen then, you got 4 stalkers and 4 Mgtows. Well, you're going to need those 4 Mgtows to lift her up. Lift her up. You know what's going to happen with the stalker? You know what the stalker's going to probably do? Nothing at all. Just let her die. And it happens, you can see this, though. You can see this on crime videos where murder investigations where they don't help the police find a murderer. See, people will do that. The stalkers will do that. And normal people will do that. It's like, okay, we got a 300-pound woman or person that needs rescue. Yeah, help her. I mean, you're not simping to her. No, it's being generous. That's how you show generosity towards a woman. Because that's how you view the woman as a person. Because that's what they are. They're people. But we just don't put them on a pedestal. The reason why you don't pay dates, the reason why you don't put them on a pedestal, like stuff like that, it's all business purposes. That's all it is business. So that's the proper way to view it. And you got scenarios where, let's say there's another scenario where you got a situation where a woman is being handcuffed and dragged into a woods by a guy like Ted Bundy. And say the Mgtow is into martial arts and guns. Well, the Mgtow can see that and see Ted Bundy putting the woman in the woods, about to kill her. What you do? Shoot him. Ted Bundy, shoot him. He's about to murder the woman anyways. Shoot him. That's what he's asking for. And again, the woman's going to say, oh, you're my hero. It's like, nope, got something to do. Got something to do. And the Mgtow is in this position is because he's putting the woman in the proper place. Because other people might not be able to do the same thing because they don't have that experience to be able to do something like that. So it's another advantage. And let's talk about another way you can actually go Mgtow. And I'm going to look up, I can look up the website, put it on later, but it's Visual Basic, computer programming. Visual Basic is an IDE you can use, and Visual Basic is what the computer program language they use for Xbox. They use that Visual Basic for that. So there's another way you can go, and I'm going to look up ways to actually sell games. I'll do that later.